see. Wait. It didn't apply. Oh, duh. Okay, let me close that out again. All right, so here's what happened there. I didn't actually tell it to use this particle. so it didn't know to use the particle. Okay, so all I have to do here is copy the path. The way this works is pretty easy. I'm going to do it through my Excel sheet. The only reason I'm doing through my Excel sheet is because I'm going to have to update this at some point anyway, right? So might as well be now. The way this works is this is where I put in the particle information. Yeah, so I essentially just didn't have my blood bond spell learned, quote, by my character. I think I accidentally probably hit undo or something. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just adding the animation or the particle. What that means is every time I apply the status effect to somebody, they'll get that particle. So that's the way the code works, is it goes into that Excel sheet and adds like that. So, all right. So that's it. And now what I can do is I can go delete the blood bond status effect and spell probably and re-import. So let's do that. Spell and status effect. Yeah, I did read it with the you talking about with the cards? The where you kind of do a bunch of stuff and you get black cards that you can use for perks. Kind of an in-school currency. All right, writing my stat script here. And then import magic. The only in-school currency that I remember that I had was the reading points. What are those called? AR, Accelerated Reader, where essentially you read a book. I remember reading through all the Harry Potters, taking the little quizzes, and getting enough points for a bunch of candy. And that's the only really in-school currency I had. I think we had like some of the big prizes we had like off-campus lunch passes, which were kind of cool. There was a little restaurant called Tritz down the road from the school, so we'd go do off-campus lunch. I think we were doing off-campus lunch as early as like 6th grade, which I guess is fine. But being a parent now, it's weird. But I mean, my kids are like 1 and 3, so it's hard to imagine them being in 6th grade. I guess in 6th grade it's fine, right? So yeah, very cool. Well, good. Hopefully you and your cousin get along. Okay, so those are implemented now. So now when I come down here, it should have, yes, has the particle effects, and now when I play, it should work. What's up? Gx, how's it going? Game Doodle. We're working on implementing your spell, actually. Appreciate the input. So yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. I made a couple small tweaks. And I need some help with what this is gonna look like, right? But what we have so far, we have the spell. It's gonna cast. What I have it doing, I think, I didn't see that it actually caused any damage. I need to look at that again. I was gonna have it cause a small amount of damage to everybody. So the way it works right now is like everybody in this grid becomes part of that blood bond, and so they would share damage, right? And so let's confirm real quick. We'll cast it. Blood bond. Here's what that looks like. Oh man, okay. Everybody resisted it except for Arya. I need to go look at everybody's magic resist there. Whenever it's 100%, it's supposed to be 100%, but I need to go recode that. Okay, so then I have this little purple thing floating around me. That's the blood bond right now, but I need to work on it. I don't know if you can see the little purple thing through the compression. Okay, let me go reduce everybody's magic resist from whatever it is and why ever it is so high. We'll fix that. Okay, so magic resist is magic evasion. We're gonna make that 0 for everybody. Everybody should have 0 magic evasion unless they're goated. That should fix that. So yeah, if you got ideas of what this should look like, that'd be kind of cool. I think something subtle, but yeah, I did not watch any football tonight at all. I do have a fantasy league I play in, but all my players are playing Sunday, so. Okay, let's see. One thing I was going to look at too is Blood Bond, the spell should cause 10 damage, and I didn't see it cause any damage. So let's see why that is. Damage 10. You know what? It might be because these are 0. It needs dark damage. Packers versus the Eagles. Let's see. I may have had characters. That's how much I care about football. I may have had players playing. I'll check. Takes up your whole mouse pad. Maybe you need a bigger mouse pad. Yeah, I didn't have anybody playing tonight, so no, I did not pay any attention to the game. Not till Sunday. I am a fantasy football fan. That's it. The Razer Gigantus, is that the keyboard or is that the mouse pad? I imagine it's your keyboard. I do have a Razer mouse, so yeah, we're the same in that way. I got you. Okay. I might have a Razer mouse pad. I have an RGB mouse pad. It's put away. Right now it's just sitting on my desk. I'll take a look. Is your keyboard also huge? My desk is an absolute mess. It's a standing desk. I work from home, so I use this for work, and I've got a bunch of sound equipment on it. There we go. Okay. So yeah, it dealt damage to everybody. I wonder why it dealt extra to her. Okay. Cause it critted her. That's fine. All right. Gotcha. I do have 100% keyboard, a mechanical keyboard. So yeah, so now all these things are on there, right? Now everybody has Blood Bond. I have not implemented the actual like Blood Bond effect yet. So I'm going to go code that in now. And the way that's going to work is essentially I just on these particles that are floating around, they're actually like tied to the character, right? They're a node. The way like I try to use this object-oriented coding. Let me minimize this and I can show you here. So when Godot has all these nodes, right? And when I add a spell, cast a spell on somebody, I'm adding like a status effect node called Blood Bond, right? And then this is where it attaches to. This root bone, I can tell it attached wherever though. And I end up with this. And I can actually put scripts, because this is a scene that exists outside, right? I can actually go put scripts on this and make things happen individual for every spell. Like, so every spell can have its own like set of code, and I don't have to go like specifically go say, hey, if status effect XYZ is on there, do this. If status effects, it can be very modular. The idea behind a lot of this code is modularity. So like I want to say like, hey, anybody that has an attack node gets all of the features of being able to do attacks, right? Same for status effects. So like in this case, I have this status effect. I'll add a script to it. It's going to be the Blood Bond script, and I can go type all of the code. Godot's great. Yeah, honestly, it really is. I really like Godot. I really like coding in it. I love like object-oriented coding is my like bread and butter. I've been using like LabVIEW since I was in high school. It's really pretty good. So I'm a big fan of like taking things and modularizing it, right? Like I have this attack node, I said it earlier, right? I can go drop this attack node on any character and now they can attack, and I don't really have to do a whole lot with it, or any object or creature or whatever. It makes things a whole lot more manageable. Hey, thanks for the follow, Tommy Tani Kayoko. Appreciate that. I don't know why I didn't get a sound notification, but I'll have to go take a look at that. You can install Godot on Linux. Yeah. Or I think Mac as well. So very good. All right. So let me do this real quick. I just need to go write the code for this blood bond thing. I'm going to steal the code from Deathmark because I think Deathmark's already looking at, maybe not Deathmark, maybe Rain Dance. Rain Dance effect. Let's see. Well, this looks at all the status effects. Probably haste actually. Let me go steal haste's effects. How's it going, Tommy Tani? Hopefully I'm saying that name right. Hope you're having a fine Friday. Nice. Yeah. I love those kind of streaks, right? When you start feeling it and you're really getting into it. Yeah, big fan of those sorts of streaks there. Nothing feels better than like just really getting into the code, right? And everything just working. I'm checking to see where I have these scripts. Actually, I might. Oh, I don't have scripts on haste because they're natively just buffs, like for stats. So I will steal Deathmark's script for now. Okay. Let's start with that. Ah, yeah. I gotcha. Keyboards can do that. The rich presence. What's rich presence? Is that a spell, or what kind of feature is that? A rich presence client. I'm not familiar with rich presence. It's probably something I should know. I'm gonna Google it. Ah, okay, in Discord. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Is that what you're talking about? Let's see. Nice. Yeah. Very nice. Cool. I have mine disabled because I'm not sure why. I need to maybe open it back up. But yeah, I currently don't have my rich presence enabled. But very nice. Let's see. So what I need to do here, the idea behind this code is going to be that essentially when everybody that has, it's going to look through a list of all the characters. So let's start with that. First, got to look through a list of all the characters. I can get that, I think, from pretty much any of my scripts. A lot of them look through all the characters. Let me grab that, which is right here. So I have, Godot also has these things called groups, right? And what groups do is, let me make sure I'm in the right script, yeah. What groups do is groups allow you to go in the scene and assign groups to different nodes. And so this tells me all the information I need about what characters they are actually in play in a scene. So let's see. I love working in like different applications as well. I do that a lot with like Jira and stuff with the API. I think that's fun to me. Automation and scripting, which is why I'm developing this as a hobby, obviously. Very similar. And so what I'll do is I'll say for player in priority list, I think I want to look at the enemies too. I think, tell me what you think, Game Doodle. What I'm kind of thinking is like you could put this on an enemy as well and share damage with them, but you would also share the damage that you deal to them. So it could be interesting, right? If you had a lot more health than somebody, you could use it. I'm going to start with that. I think that's pretty cool. It could easily change this from priority list to allies and change who it is castable on. But I think that's interesting. So I think I'm going to leave it. So basically for player in priority list, it's going to look through all the players. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I have to intercept. Okay. I have to intercept any damage they take. This is going to get complicated, which is fine. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so basically I'm going to say, hey, so I'm going to need an array. I need an array of blood bond participants. var blood bonded is what we'll call it. Interesting. I guess I think I can intercept the damage. I think that'll be okay. I have that damage node, so it should work out. So you did a time will travel client. Okay. Very cool. A visual novel series. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Very nice. So then, so your game talks to Discord then and kind of tells it where you're at and keeps up with it so that the rich presence will alert them to where you're at. Is that right? Very cool. And you made a quick account creator. Nice. Is that to make bots? But yeah, I can see why they could ban that, right? Like quick account creator, you want humans making accounts, but but I hear you. All right. So basically I want to say if player dot get node status effects / let me see what that'd be called. I do want to name this, I think, Blood Bond. I gotcha. That makes sense. I hear you. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at main here. Acts of game activity. Cool. That's awesome. Well, very nice. I'll have to think about Discord integration. That's a good idea, though. Okay, so I have status effects here. I think it got like a weird name. I probably need to make sure I'm naming these something good. I am drinking Powerade from Zaxby's. So Zaxby's pretty good. That's what I have in my left hand. In my right hand, I have a Waterloo. So Waterloo, Powerade. Gotta stay hydrated. Let's see. All right. Okay, so I'm doing my blood. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna cast Blood Bond to myself real quick and see what this looks like. Sure. I don't think it'll let you, but here's what I can do. I can post my Discord, and you're welcome to go put it in my Discord. Oh yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, you're welcome to share anything in my Discord if you want. But so that's, you're saying the image of the Rich Presence application shows up your profile picture. Is that right? All right. So let me see this. So let me go cast Blood Bond. I got you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was curious how that worked. I didn't know if like they had to put that in their game, right? Or how that worked. But yeah, that's interesting. Closest Zaxby's is 6 hours. You're not missing a whole lot. Like Zaxby's is good. My wife is really into grilled cheese right now. So that's why we went to Zaxby's. My wife wanted a grilled cheese. Oh shoot, I didn't I didn't finish the script. Let's see if I cast. I did get it. Okay, so it does just say Blood Bond. Good, perfect. Easy enough. Blood Bond. See, it all comes back to Python, and that's an Orbum thing. Orbum was telling me he didn't know what a good Python reason would be. I told him everything uses Python, right? So, but yeah, no, very cool. Python's super versatile. It's a good skill to have. And yeah, I have heard of Dave's Hot Chicken. I don't know if there are any anywhere near me, but I have heard of it. Okay, So basically I say, hey, if they have a blood bond, right, I will add them to blood bonded dot append player. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I haven't tried that game engine. I've seen it before, but I guess I didn't. It didn't click in my head that it was Python, and that's just ignorance on my part. It's obvious looking at it now, but no, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard of the that, and then there's a Python. I actually have what is it? Pygame? Pygame. I have Pygame installed. So I was helping somebody make a snake application. But yeah. Okay, so this will tell me, let me clear, first let me clear. I'll say blood bonded equals blank array. And then I append player to that, right? I don't think I want to do anything like this necessarily. So I'll just delete all this. Right now, all it's going to do is put them into an array. And again, one of the things I'm doing, like, it may look a little tedious, like I am writing like 2 lines of code and then testing it. Reason is that like all of these are externally observable. I can see them, right? So if I verify them along the way, it keeps me from later having bugs that I then have to go look through 10 lines of code to fix or 20 lines of code. So just iteratively testing it makes things a lot easier to implement. Oh, nice. What game did you make in Pygame? All right. Let's see here. So I'm going to use blood bond. Basically, this should produce an array. Actually, I don't know if I can see the array, so that might not help me. But okay, so they're all in that array now, probably. Nothing broke. What I should do here, I can actually fix this. I can say print blood bonded, and I can put that outside of this for loop. One thing too that's interesting here is, and I'm actually going to get this like 5 times. So Godot has this thing where I'm getting a bunch of errors. Oh, I'm not. I am getting a bunch of errors. Godot has this thing where you can like hot swap code while things are running, which is pretty cool. Node not found, status affects blood bond. Well, yeah. Okay, so I need to code this a little bit more elegantly. Instead of get node, I would say if player.has node. Let's see if that works better. Okay. I have stopped the bleeding of the errors. Okay, now I can look at output. So yeah, so now I'm seeing all of these characters have blood bond. That's a good start. Okay. So, use Java because IntelliJ IDEA was unblocked. Nice. We played a lot of Flash games. We used, I don't know if Flash, doesn't exist anymore. Do they still, like, is Flash still supported at all? Or is Flash just completely gone? I remember, like, what was it? Line Bike, I think was a big Flash game. There were a bunch of good ones. Let's see. So now I have an array. Flash is back. Okay, that's huge. That's big news. Very cool. I'm not sure why they like stopped it. That was weird to me because it seemed like Flash was everywhere. So I was surprised to see that it had gone away. Okay. So let's see. Ooh, I'm getting some weird interference noise. I'd set my phone, I think. Ooh, interesting. When I set my phone, interesting. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear it. When I set my phone near my audio interface, it's not doing it anymore. But when I set my phone near my audio interface, I was getting feedback. Maybe when I get a text, it'll do it. That's interesting. Anyway, okay. So now I have this. I have an array of players that are in this blood bond with me. Now what I need to do is I have this blood bonded attribute. right now I'm updating it every process, right? I probably don't need to update it every time, but it's fine because like if some character gets that dispelled, I'd want to account for that. So then what I need to do, I think, is in my damage node, I need a signal, right? I need to send a signal to say, hey, you're being damaged. So what I would do is I would create signal. Actually, I might already have one. Let me see. So on hit, right? This is when my character gets hit. Do I have an emit in there? I'll just do a quick search for emit. I have these trigger labels. Not bad, I guess. Maybe I messed up doing trigger labels. That's trigger attack, so that's not it. I will probably not use trigger label. I'll use a new signal, even though I don't really like it. So this signal will be damage taken, right? The way signals work in Godot is, welcome back. The way signals work in Godot is essentially you say like, it's basically just an export, right? To say, hey, this is going on, and you can pass variables over them to any other node in the system. You just have to connect them. So what I would do is I would say for entities in priority list, or actually here, I guess I would connect this to my own node. Oh, I'll do it in the other one actually. Okay, so here I have damage taken, and when I get hit, right, like here, I will say damage taken dot emit, and I'll emit self. Nice. Big fan of Nutty Buddies. I just went to Sam's Club the other day and bought a whole box. I don't get a snacks a lot, but Nutty Buddies are where it's at. Very good. Okay, so then I'm gonna and the reason I'm broadcasting myself with it, right, like self, and really I should do not self but character. So I think I have a variable called character that here I define as self.getParent. So what this lets me do is essentially say, hey, only do this like when I like on damage that's my own, right? So I can do a check to make sure that it's only affecting me, right? And not like for everyone else. I'll do the same thing here. Just everywhere I'm getting damage dealt. Just damage taken dot emit character. Okay, so now I'm sending that signal. What I have to do now is go over here to blood bond, and what I'll do is I will connect. Oh, actually I probably do want the first time right here. I did something very similar here, which basically is, hey, when it loads into the tree, because when it gets created, right, I create the node first, and then after it's created, I like put it into my scene tree where it needs to go. And so I want to, at this time, be able to connect it like when I want to connect it. And it's actually already connecting to the right place, which is good. So that's great. Yeah, it's probably better to email your teachers rather than text them. I would recommend not texting teachers almost 99% of the time. Actually, I think Oklahoma just passed a new law saying you are not allowed to text teachers. So, yeah. I'm glad you got access to your school email. Let's see. So, get parent. If I think through this, I'm on Bloodborne. I'm on Blood Bond, and then that goes to status effect. That goes to the character. I don't think I need this many. I think it's just that. And then of course it's not trigger label, it's damage taken. Oh shoot. Actually, I need to do this. I need to connect that to a new function, and I'll call this function share damage. Right? Very good. Well, I'm sure they will appreciate your kind words. So yeah, then I'll create a function called share damage here. And then what this will be is I will character. So the first thing I need to do is I need to say if character equals, and I could say get parent, right? Basically, I'm saying, hey, if this is the node that I'm trying to call out here, what I should do here. Oh, I also need to share how much damage I'm being dealt. Right. Then what I should do is I should say, interesting. I need to send another signal, which is going to be signal share damage. Right. Then I'll have to connect share damage. Maybe that's not right. Maybe it, because I already have this function is called share damage. Signal damage split. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so then I need to connect this. You balanced your chair on 4 legs. I'm impressed. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, in this case, I will do this for damage split dot connect. In this case, actually, I think I want to connect this to everybody's share damage, right? Yes. And then, or it's not going to be share damage. It's going to be, I think it's on hit. Okay, I'm writing a lot of code right now without testing it. Has 24 legs. Yeah, that definitely makes it harder. I'm trying to imagine a chair with 24 legs. That's interesting for sure. Okay, so I think that's going to connect to on hit. And it needs to connect to everybody in the priority list, right? So what I would do is I would say for player in priority list, in this case, actually, I would do this. Damage split dot connect player dot get node. Yeah, I really am going too far. But the thing is, like, I haven't gotten anything that's externally observable yet. So everything's working in my head, and I'm also talking through stuff, which is helping. Okay, so here, what I need to do is I need to say damage split dot emit. Okay, so let's walk through this. When I get hit, so the first time I'm going to connect this to share damage, damage taken to share damage, and damage split to all of the characters' damage nodes. Then what I would do is I would, when I get share damage, which should have character and damage, I should emit this. And let me see what on hit has. I'm giving this code like a 30% chance of working the first time. I don't feel great about it. So on hit would be target, attacker, target value. Let's see if there's a better way to do that. Let's see. You know what? I probably need a new one that's like just apply damage. So let's do a new function. Do a new function here called apply damage. I'm gonna keep it simple for now, and I'm just gonna print, and it's gonna have character, or maybe not character because it's already used. Target player, comma damage, and I'll print. What I'll print is I'll print target player, comma something like this. I think that'll work. Okay, so the idea here, let's damage split, and I would damage split character damage. Assignment is not if character is the same as get parent, do that. Okay, like I said, I think the chance of this working are like nothing, and that this does need to go to share damage. Okay. Let's see what happens. I think, yeah, I think the chance of this working are 0, but we'll see. It's a nice thought. I don't know. What I'm looking for, I think, is just, I'll look at the print menu, right? It should print characters and damage. And then what I need to do is I need to divide that damage by the number of characters in your blood pact, right? And then I have to intercept the damage that would be done in that attack. So, yeah, interesting. I guess one thing I didn't do either. 1 second, I'm going to move this for a second. Okay, yeah, I do have damage. Okay, so let's see. What I'll do here is let's first cast this spell. Blood Bond. Let's see what happens. All right, man. We'll have a good weekend. Hopefully you get some rest. All right, I did fail. Let's see. And thanks for hanging out. Yeah, always good to catch you. I'm glad I can be Orbum's replacement here. Okay, it didn't like invalid property or key tag damage taken. So it didn't like damage taken. Let's see. Let's go back here. It should have been a... So get parent.getParent.get node. I'm guessing... Okay, let's look real quick at this remote, right? We can follow this. So where... Oh, the script... I'm a few parents too low. This is where the script is running. All the way down here. So I do need a few more of these. I need like a get parent. Because I got to travel 4 up. It'll always be like this too. I don't like hard coding a lot of things like this, but like this is the best way because I dynamically create these little emitters like this. So it's the best way to make sure I'm applying this to the right character at the moment. All right. Not bad. That was not a bad bug. That was easy to solve. I expected it. On to the next one. I do feel pretty good about this. I think we're going to come out. Now I feel like we have like a 75% chance of this working. But yeah, I did too many lines of code. I should have gone. I was doing a really good job sticking with like 2 or 3. And then Gamer Doodle, you started talking about like being in the... Or no, I'm sorry. Tomatani was talking about being in the zone, and I got in the zone too much. I put too much dip on the chip is what happened. Okay, let's check this out though. Let's see here. Crashed. Okay, we have a different error now. It did get through the first node, and now it's here. It doesn't like share damage. Invalid access to property. Let's see. Did I spell everything right? Share damage. If I go back here. Oh, let me go to my damage node. Oh, apply damage. What is wrong with me? I should have just copied and pasted it. Okay. Okay. We're getting there though. Okay, now I'm feeling like an 85% chance of this working. Okay, I'm feeling better. Wait a second. Oh, that's why I call it share damage. That's an okay mistake. Right? I just use the function here instead of the function from the other script. It's 11:18 at night. I can make a mistake like that. Fine. All right. Let's see. Game Doodle, is this what you had in mind on the spell? Am I pretty close? Let's see if this works. I did move it. I don't know if you heard. I did move it to sword. And the only reason I moved it to sword was because sword is a DPS class. And I feel like this spell would be really good on a DPS character, right? Because essentially what you do is you take, like, people are going to be trying to take you out, right? They're going to be focused on those DPS characters. And what this does is it kind of lets you shed some of your damage and share it along your other characters, right? You're going to have like a lower resistance, so you're going to share some more damage with all of them. But yeah, okay. So this is good. It is now applied. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to look over here. I'm going to look down at the bottom here. I'm going to go run over to her so she'll attack me. And we'll see what happens. I should be able to see how much damage... I should be able to see damage being dealt to everybody. Let's see. And I'll just attack for fun here. Oh, I don't want to kill her, though. And she doesn't have that much health. Okay. All right. Oh, man, she's not interested in me. Where's she going? Okay, I gotta go take everybody. Oh, I could have just attacked myself. Okay, someone just die? Oh, dang it. My spell wore off. 3 turns wasn't enough. All right, my spell's all wearing off of everybody. Okay, we'll go reapply it. Try again. All right, let's see. All right, it's applied again. She should be able to deal damage to anybody and it should be fine. Oh, she didn't attack me. What the heck? All right, we'll try this again. She doesn't like attacking. What the heck? Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, I can deal damage myself. Let me just attack myself here. Ridiculous. All right. I don't know why she's not attacking me. She usually attacks. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. Active. I didn't see the character and damage. I do see these, which could be damage. Okay, that's this right here I'm talking about. Right? That could be damage. But I didn't see it, which tells me that this... Let me minimize this. Tells me this probably didn't get triggered. Let's see, damage taken. Character damage. Let me go back to the damage here. Okay, so on hit, which definitely triggered. I should have omitted damage taken with character. Ah, I see. Okay, I see. I just missed damage here. So what I can do here is damage. Okay, simple enough. Let me go. That was for spell. Let me do the one on here. Okay. Now let's go back to the game. I hot swap the code. We'll see if it works. All right. So now we're looking back at that. Should you be able to do it with one hit? Oh, let me scroll down. I did not see it. Did not see it trigger. Let's look at the debugger here. Okay, I did have an error calling the signal. I may have to oh, you know what? I probably have to restart this because it may have... I shouldn't have had to. All right, let's try again. I definitely those 2 arguments was why it didn't work originally, though. We'll see if nice reset fixes it. All right. Very good. We'll try to cast the spell. I don't have to wait around this time. I'll just attack myself. That's what I should have done in the first place. All right. Everybody's got it. Good. Now I'll attack. Let me move this to the other screen so you can see. All right. Down here, we're looking for... Ooh, I missed. Okay, so this game has a system where like your accuracy changes if you're like behind them, like you can hit easier. And obviously it was hard to hit from the front. Okay, it did not pop up, so I didn't print anything there, so it didn't make the full round, but now I can look at the debugger. No debug information. Okay, so let's just follow the signal path. So damage taken. I am pretty confident that this got sent. So character damage, I am confident got sent. Then what I would do is go here, which would go to share damage. If character, I'm not confident that character equals get parent dot get parent. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, here's what I got to do. Let's simplify this a little bit. See this? What I need to do is for the first time, I need to say character equals that. Because I'm confusing myself here. So var variable character, right? And so I'll say character equals that. And then what I can do is just say character. Though character was kind of a bad choice here. But what I can change this to is like source player, right? Okay. Damage split emit. Yeah, character's fine because they're the same. Okay, let's try this again. I feel pretty good about that. That I think was a good change. So then what I got to do, the next steps here is after this is working and the signals are sending, all I have to do after that, divide it by however many characters are blood bonded, and then stop the damage from occurring on the other script. So I think that's pretty easy from this point. Let's see what happens. Move that over there for you so we can watch the output window at the bottom. Ah, look at that. Even on the blood bond, it worked. Okay, so that's great. That, I'm going to do one hit real quick just to confirm real quick one more time. All right, this should be enough here. Let's go to the bottom. Yes. It did do it multiple times, and I think the reason why did it do it multiple times? And it did it all to Garrick. Oh, because Garrick is the source player that's sending the signal and he's sending it to everybody. Okay. That's good actually. Yeah, that's really good. What I want is the target player. So I think I'm sending the wrong thing here. Oh, maybe that's all right actually. What I would do is I would say, hey, let's see. This might be okay. So what I would do then is let's do damage here. I'll say variable num bonded equals blood bonded dot what is it, length? I think that's the length of an array. No, it's not. Is that just len? But let's consult the documents. Array. Let's see. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. Size. Sorry, I'm just over here coding along. You can't even see. Dot size. All right. So num bonded equals that. So then what I would do is I would say damage divided by num bonded. right? And then back here in damage split, I'm going to grab this here. Just these two, I guess. And put them down here. I think it's that simple. Let's see. The damage, I don't want this one, otherwise I'd be in a never-ending tunnel of that. Okay. So let's see. That's pretty good. And then back up here, what I would want to do is if I would say basically if this character has blood bond, if character dot get node or has node status effects / blood bond. I think it actually has a space in it, doesn't it? For some reason it shouldn't, but maybe it does. We'll check. If pass, else, like this is a specific code to this, but that's okay. Else. Oh, actually I still want to do this. Okay. Let me see if blood bond is, it does have a space in it. I wish it didn't. Let me see if, why does it have a space? Oh, maybe it's okay, I guess. I mean, it's okay to have a space. It doesn't follow my convention, but I'll fix that later. It's just because status effects are named by their name, which is fine. Okay, so that should do it. I feel pretty good about that because it was getting here, so now it'll subtract damage. Let me see if I need to apply a animation. I don't remember if I might need to like apply character.hit. I'm not positive there though. Let's see if there's a change animation anywhere in here. Nope. Let's see what happens. Hey, I may have a script running on the character that says, hey, when they change health, to go ahead and do the animation. We'll find out though. It's going to do it as soon as I cast the spell. So I also need to make sure it doesn't occur when I cast the spell, right? Like blood bond should hit everybody, hurt everyone, and then that's it. I like this spell a lot though. This is interesting. What's going on? Brandon Bob the meh. How's it going? Good to see you. We are currently working on a viewer spell, Blood Bond, which essentially, I'm casting it now. It shares damage across everybody, right? So like, or across whoever you cast it on. It actually cast it on her too. So I need to fix that. But so essentially, yeah. So now when I attack him, right? Right, it hurts everybody. It's hitting him twice, so I need to fix that. But yeah, other than that, it's working. So that's pretty good. So okay, a couple glitches. It is hitting them twice. I think that's pretty easy. Other than that, it's working pretty good. I'm excited about that. That came together pretty quickly. Okay. So ultimately, I think I may be missing this code in the physical attacks. I may only have it in magic attacks. Let's take a look. So Bob, how are things going? It's good to see you. Yeah, I only put that in magic attack. So basically up here, I need to add this. Yes. All right. And then the one thing I want to do is I may apply the status effects before dealing damage. Maybe that's my problem here. Because like when I'm casting a spell, yeah. Very nice. Sweet. Yeah, you're playing the new NCAA game. It looks good. It looks pretty good. So very nice. Well, appreciate you popping in. Okay, so I'm going to move this up here. And I think that should fix the problem where this gets... Wait a second. No. I need to apply a status effect after damage is applied. So this needs to go... Oh, shoot. But I calculate display effect before I deal damage here. Okay. Maybe I'll leave that. I think what I can say is... maybe I'll have to have like something that triggers it on. Yeah, I'll have to think about that one. Interesting. So when it first applies, because I don't want it to spread the blood bond damage between everybody. I guess it could. No, I think it looks sloppy to do so, because then you end up with like a bunch of damage labels. And it's casting on the wrong character. I think that's just my for loop. I think I need to make sure that it only hurts the other people if they're within the bonded group. But yeah, let's cast this real quick. All right. Very good. Yeah, so it attacked everybody, including her. Okay, now when I attack, it should just deal damage to everybody. It still is dealing like quadruple damage, right? Like they're getting hit a bunch. So let's start kind of working through that logic. My logic is wrong, obviously. Let's see. I probably need an if statement on applied damage. Essentially, I think, let's see, let's just walk through the chain. So when someone's damaged, right? They get hit. First thing that happens is it sends damage taken and emits this. Back at my other script. Back. Way back. All right, let me find it over here. Okay, back on my other script. It's going to take that damage and saying, hey, if the source player is the character, right? If source player's character, emit damage split with the new damage. That's working. That's working well. And so I got like 4.5. We can see that that was emitting to all 5 characters. Then what I would have to do is back on this damage script. So back on damage here. All the way down here. I think I can say, okay, so this is if what I send is the source character. Okay, first thing that I can do is I can say if I'm blood bonded. If I have blood bond, interestingly, I probably have to name it because like multiple people could have blood bonds with each other. I probably need to name it something a little different, but I'll do that later, right? Like deconflicting blood bonds. I got to think about that. Unless I just say, hey, anybody that casts blood bond is now part of the larger blood bond. I don't know if I want to do that or not. So if they have blood bond, that's when I deal damage. That eliminates Ember from taking damage. However, the signal is still getting sent potentially multiple times. I guess not. I just don't know why I'm triggering multiple damage labels. Trigger label.emit. All right, let's test this out. Let's test this out. I'm not sure here. I can't think of why it would send multiple damage labels. It should only be sending one. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, let's just try it out. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so yeah, everybody just got hit once. Yeah, maybe it wasn't as bad. Maybe the extra labels was because I didn't have that filter on there. All right, let's see. I went for the frame perfect hit again. All right, that's okay. All right, it's okay. That's working well. Then it still is applying damage to him. So let's go check that out. Why would it still apply damage to him? Let's go up here. And basically I am saying if character has node status effects, which is here, status effects / blood bond, they don't do anything. Otherwise, oh, I do have this. There it is. I just had an extra label in there. Okay, so damage actually wasn't being taken. It was just sending a label. Simple stuff. And I already have it implemented correctly for magic. Okay. I think that does it. I think that implements blood bond as intended. I do need some better animation for this, like some particle effect. Let's test it out real quick. And maybe think through the implications here. One, this sort of does reduce the overall damage because it rounds down at the moment. I may want to round up because I think rounding down gives you too much of a benefit. Let's think about that one. Okay, first off, blood bond. Okay. I did get multiple things there, but it's because everybody got hit. I need to fix that too. Right? I don't think everybody should share damage on that one. It's still the same amount of damage, so not a big deal. But I just don't think they should. All right. There you go. Everybody's getting hit now. That's great. I think that's working really well. Right? Everybody's kind of sharing in the pain. I didn't get the perfect. It's all right. All right. So that's good. Everybody got hurt. I did see the animations. So that was good. That was good. Happy with that. Now, next thing to fix really quick is that initial spell. So ultimately what happens is I say, hey, magic hit here. I think I'm applying the effect up here. And that has to happen first. And then it deals the damage. So I need a way to pass and say like, hey, if you have blood bond, but it's just now applied, don't do this, right? Like don't share damage if you are just now applying blood bond. I guess what I can have is a variable called like first, where when blood bond is first applied, it tells this thing, hey, you just had blood bond applied. And then it doesn't spread the damage out. Let me think there. I mean, this would fix it if I took this and moved it up above. It's on magic. If I took this and moved it up above status effect, it would also probably be helpful to do this. That way I'm only actually triggering it if I have blood bond. Though I could kind of say, yeah, actually, you know what? And so here's what I'm going to do. Variable, I'm going to create a variable up here. A global within the script variable. That's going to be variable blood bond first. No, you know what? I don't want to do that. Dang it. Actually, yeah, I guess I will. Because it's okay, because I can clear it. If I lose blood bond, I should set this back to false. Or set this back to true. Okay. So, ultimately, if I have blood bond, do that. Else, I would say blood bond first equals true. It's a little bit hard-coded. I don't like this a lot, and I may end up cleaning this up later. But it's not bad. So then what I would say is blood bond first equals false. 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 And I could say if blood bond first, pass, else, do that. All right, so that would mean the first damage wouldn't get passed, which is good because it shouldn't. All right, I feel pretty good about that. All right. All right, let's see. So let's cast my spell. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and call it a night here pretty soon. I didn't change the particles on this. They're just the purple floating things, but maybe that's not too bad. They need to be a little bit different. I mean, that's the same thing as the mark for death. Which is fine. I probably just need to add more to it. All right. So that's good. Now let's test it. Oh yeah, that dealt damage to, that didn't deal damage. Okay, that broke. Okay. Basically, I need to say this. Almost didn't notice that I didn't have damage dealt, but that should fix that. All right. Yeah, I'm quickly running out of steam, so let's text this out and then probably call it a night. I think this is going to work well, though. What's this? I was wondering if this was in the shot. I saw this. I was like, what is that? Now I know. It's the pop filter that I don't use. I don't think it's better. I don't know. Is that better? With or without? I don't know. It's fine. Okay, let's see. Blood bond. There we go. Dealt damage to everybody. Did not share damage. That's fantastic. All right. Oh, yeah. That's great. I missed that last. Perfect. Okay. Fantastic. I think that's really good. Okay, let me do one last thing, and that's just round up on this number. Other than that, I'm going to call that done and probably call it a night after I do this, of course. Is round up a function? I don't actually know. I mean, I guessed. No, it doesn't like round up. It's just round. Ceiling? Is it ceiling? With halfway cases rounded away from 0. We'll call it CEIL. Always round up. Okay. Very good. We'll do this one more time. And then call it a night. Thanks for hanging out, though. Had a good stream. We got a lot done. I think Blood Bond's looking good. I will mess with the particles, probably offline, and I'll post some stuff on Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, I'll post that link again. Feel free to join there. I try to keep things up to date. I will have a Steam page pretty soon, so I'll be sure to post that to the Discord. That's pretty exciting. I do need to go design it, so it might take some time. But I'll at least have a placeholder page here pretty quickly. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to find somebody to raid here right after I confirm. This is the confidence that I have that this works correctly. I'm so confident that I'm talking about who I'm going to raid. Let's see here. I will raid Loki Trickster tonight as long as this works okay. Let's see. Here we go. Moment of truth. Maybe. I think they were like 3s, right? Yeah. So, yep. That looks good. Well, none of that was rounding. I mean, it didn't need to round. Let's let's try somebody else. Okay, 5s. Would kill everyone. I think that was fine. Yeah. I think we're gonna call it good there. I'll confirm that it's rounding, but we're gonna raid Loki Trickster. Again, thanks for hanging out. Give him a hey, guys, or a ShellamH. And yeah, we will talk soon. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.